all I can say is you can see this. There's dark clouds, and then you look over here, and you can see through them. Oops. Phone's getting hung up, sorry. See? And then you get over here, and it goes dark. Because honestly, yeah. That's what's making me nervous a little bit, to be honest. Yep. So, like nothing shines through. You can see over there on the other side. You can see the light there, but not there. See over here, it's the same thing. It's been really weird here lately for me, and honestly, yeah, I could really, really use a friend. I got my puppy dogs and all that stuff, but I'm just being honest. It's just been pretty much myself and my folks, and there's been a couple times I've had to straight up leave the place because I don't know how to explain anything. It's just some really strange shit that's been going on. And it's definitely reinforcing my faith. It's just, this is not, yeah, this is just weird stuff. And so, yeah, went down to the little, I'm gonna go back way, Scottish pub place, because I really like that place. It feels like home. And the people, I won't say their names, but I'll just say 3 or 4 of them remind me of people I used to work with. And I can almost name each and every one of them. But it's just, yeah. I admit it, I've got a lot of anxiety. And sorry if the camera's not very clear. It's been really strange. Like, you'll watch people just before 8 o'clock, like, basically make an exodus from the area and then come back about midday. At other times, like, things are just really weird. And yeah. You know, at points I get some pretty heavy duty pressure in my head. Thankfully, it's not as bad and all. I've gotten adjusted to it and all that. I just know that at times there I've had to question my reality at times, like completely question it. It's like, okay, you know, am I going nuts? But no, I already know there's been things going on that has just been. I could explain it, but it wouldn't. I don't think it would make sense to anybody. I don't, and let alone I don't think anybody would believe me. All I can tell you is, do not vote for Democrat. I'm not a Republican or anything like. Just do not do it. There's other weird shit going on, like the AI stuff on social media is fucking with things. The 5G stuff has been fucking with things. The big major companies like Facebook, YouTube, Google, all of them are basically snatching your info. I've been battling with it the entire time to the point I'm ready to delete not only all my accounts, but I'm getting to the point I'm going to have to delete my bank accounts and shit, my bank account and my PayPal, because I've been battling some dipshit trying to get into my Wells Fargo at this point. I already had to change my number and all that. And honestly, if I could afford to get a small RV and all that and get my animals and all that basically out of this area, I would. And start limiting the because I've been doing my best to limit my use of the of social media and all that stuff. I still use my phone and all that at different points throughout the day. Just I try to limit myself as much as possible at this point. Yeah, there's just been some weird shit going on, and I can't help it, you know. I could really use some company. You know, I've got my puppies, but like I said, I need like another actual human being, like somebody I know is an actual human being. It sounds crazy to some people. It's just like when I went to my old elementary school and looked at the principal, I looked at her right in the face like, no fucking way. It looked just like my old foster sister. Like, I've been seeing this shit, and it's like, okay, this is some crazy stuff, and yeah. I really can't explain a lot of stuff. And I went into the Fred Meyer's here in town and to grab some bolts for the RV, and as I was walking out after paying for things, the girl working there, it looked just like my older son Kenneth's girlfriend Taylor. Just, you know, a little different. And as I've said before, like going to the Arctic Circle restaurant, which I really like them. It's like some of my favorite food right there too for a burger shop. But there's only one in Oregon. And the girl working the drive-thru, and I looked at her and was like, that looks like my son's girlfriend Alexia. And as soon as that girl, like, I didn't even say it that loud, and that girl heard it, and she straight backed the hell up, like, what the hell? And basically had somebody else hand me the food, and I was like, okay, what's going on here? It was some weird stuff. And so I just have a lot of concerns. And yes, I wish I knew if there are some other actual priests here or something. Like Christian priests or anything like that. You know, people actually believe in Jesus and God. Because, yeah, I mean, I can't even actually go home. Because this sits right above my folks' place right now. I'm sitting right at the edge of it, so. Yep. The 4 homemen are moving about. What does that look like to you? Almost looks like a phoenix to the moon, or a big dragon flying over. Let's see. It goes over the whole area. And it gets really dark over there. So yeah. I've basically have just been staying away from the house, and like I said, if I could afford to get my hand, like, so, at least go and get my hands on an RV so I can get my things, you know, basically put into that, I would. And I would get my animals and the family as far away from here as possible. All I have is my folks. I don't have anybody else. And sadly, yeah. Oh shit. I know it happened. Oh god. Oh man, that's gonna be bad, but it's okay. Oh. Oh gosh. Sorry, I've just had something come to me. Oh wow, somebody had their shit ripped off. But just say whoever was probably trying to pose as me might have just made a mistake and just, whoops, took in the yeah, probably got his lips on the wrong person. And there's the booty moon. Here, we'll roll it down. I don't know what the moon looks like to you, because right now, to me, tonight, it's, what's the date? It's the 17th, May 17th. Oh, wow. The moon looks crazy, doesn't it? This is why I've got to head back the other way. And wait a little bit longer. Because, yeah, you'll notice in places where there's lights, you'll see a lot of vehicles piling up. People hitting the lights and everything and sitting in the lighted areas. Because there's some weird shit going on. And then in the dark areas and all that stuff, yeah, you'll have vehicles with pretty much blacked out windows. You have people that are, you know, sleeping in the back of their trucks. Yeah, like you're watching almost an exodus happen in, you know, from the Portland metro area. Yeah, literally like an eye of the storm. It's a big circle. It goes all the way around. And I'm just, yeah, I have noticed a lot of people are pretty much like fireflies, huddling around any brightly lit spot. And I'm not sure if that's because right now where they're like what I'm not sure, because yeah, I've been freaking my parents out a little bit as well. And because my dad don't fully understand what was going on. My mom, I'm pretty damn sure we were dealing with Cain, Abel's big brother. If not, well, the serpent's son. Because I think there's two different Cains, and there was Cain that was born from the serpent that tempted Eve. So it's probably Lilith and the serpent's son, Cain, and it's some weird shit. It's the same Cain that you would see off the movie like The Exorcist. I mean, the really weird brown looking eyes, and yeah, it's just been really weird. You know, I was able to get, you know, through with my mom. My mom's able to get up and down and all that stuff now finally. Her eyes are starting to look normal. And it's because, like I was saying, the guy across the street, I think, you know, he might have been one of the people pulling some shit, thinking he's being smart. And he came over to the house right after I went into the front door of the house. And I went out the back because we heard a knock at the door. And I know my mom answered the door. Oh, God. God is good. Because I'm a fucking fool. I'll admit it. I'm foul-mouthed and I'm a bit of a fool. Wow, that power box is blinking red. But yes, I'm a foul-mouthed and a bit of a fool. And yet, I very much have a strong belief in God. I know He's real. And Dragonberry produce, please. It's a red dragon. But no, I think somebody who's trying to be, well, in a way, I guess is smarter than me, was relying on certain types of trickery, and I think God already outsmarted them. And I'm still catching up to that thought. Speed limit 0. I'm going to go to the right. Yeah, there's 7. Yeah, things have been really weird. B. It's the B. B-E. Like a big empty warehouse with a bunch of boxes up there. Yep. Really weird, crazy. Yeah, it's been kind of like it feels like a cat and mouse situation. I know my dad and them are starting to understand too. Like my dad's been kind of freaking out a little bit, and I don't mean to scare him, but it's like at times when I try to talk to him, 12:12. At times when I 7:55, but at times when I try to talk to him about this stuff, he immediately starts going, starts getting defensive or stuff like that, just like my mom was, or just immediate I would start sitting there, saying the Lord's name in vain and stuff like that, like he doesn't want to hear it. But then it's like, you need to pay attention to what I'm telling you. It's like, I know what I'm saying sounds nuts. I was like, I very, very, very much know it. It's like, I just, yeah. And like I said, I would explain things. I don't really have the right words. But I would totally explain things, but I don't think anybody would understand at the moment, or really, what do you call it? I don't think anybody could process what I've been watching. And as I said, this last Saturday, it's Thursday now. It is Thursday, right? No, it's Friday. So it just turned Friday. This last Saturday, I'll be honest, it did. I got through it. I almost didn't. I mean, it freaked the shit out of me. I couldn't believe it. But it did. It actually scared the living crap out of me. And the only thing that got me through it was keeping my faith in God. That was literally, so you can see me. That was literally the only thing that got me through that night. Was actually, my faith and my belief in God. We're watching all these towns, all this weird stuff happening, this weird construction going on, like here in Canby. I've just been driving around different spots at this point because, you know what it's like to be inside a travel trailer, a fifth wheel, and you have something outside, like literally not only bumping along the floor of it, but on the roof, on the sides, everything. And then you can hear all these weird noises. If it wasn't for my headset, I would have went nuts. I would have went completely nuts. If it wasn't for the fact that I kept, my prayer up. Even though I'm not the best at praying. All that. Like everything. Because, I recognize that I would like to see... I think I'm going to just go forward. I recognize I'd like to see all of God's creations being treated equally and, respected, everything from the firstborn to lastborn. And I've always been saying that. I'd like to see all these faiths and religions out there. I don't care where you're at or what you believe in the sense of what your basis of cultural belief is. But you guys have really got to get God and Jesus into your heart and into your churches. That's between, from Scientology to... some of these others that question the existence of God. He's freaking real. And some of these other things are absolutely real. I mean, just some crazy stuff. And I can't say it's necessarily bad because I'll tell you, I can tell you, and I admit it. I'm in this weird way thankful that God's given me a chance to see what's going on. I don't know, in essence, where I'm at in all of this. Because I honestly don't even know what yeah, there's things that I can't explain. I just can't explain it. But I'm gonna stop here because I don't generally feel comfortable with some of these vehicles falling behind me, because some of them get really weird and get really up close to you. So thanks for watching.